Hey, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Advance Wars Reboot Camp. I got halfway through this mission and realized I hadn't hit the record button. Frustrating, but at least I didn't finish the entire mission without realizing that. That would have been worse. So here we go again for me. First time for you guys. So this is... I thought it's where we were going to get to control 2 COs and learn about how the dual CO thing works. However, it doesn't appear that I get to control 2 COs. In fact, instead, it's the enemy that gets to control 2 COs. As we're about to see. And I'm still only controlling 1. It's not what I was expecting. I feel like it would make a better tutorial on controlling 2 COs if I were also controlling 2 COs. But in this one, we're learning through observation. By watching the enemy get to control 2 COs. Alright, so we're fighting Jugger and Lash. And we get to pick a CO. And Sasha's great and all, and seems like a waifu, but I'm gonna go with Colin, because Colin's amazing on deployment maps. Sasha might be as well, because her powers are similar. But I'm going with Colin. I think the Max would also be a good choice. Max is pretty strong. But yeah, Colin it is. Let's go. You and me, kid. We're gonna wreck their faces. Let's do this. That's right, Colin. It's exactly why I picked you. Okay, so I was engaging in various types of speculation and stuff during the recording that I wasn't actually recording. I guess the gameplay I wasn't recording, like a chump. I'm not gonna try to pretend to do the same speculation and stuff. I just don't feel up to the acting. So, I'll just kind of tell you what was going on. Namely, I briefly got confused because I read its armor renders the pipeline indestructible, no units can pass it, and thought it was talking about the pipe runner itself. It's not. The pipe runner itself is perfectly destructible. It's just talking about the pipe terrain. And I was also saying, oh lord, not the pipe gimmick again. I felt pretty done with that gimmick after Black Hole Rising. We don't need to do more of this. But whatever the pipeline gimmick is about this time, it seems pretty different. Because there's no factories just spewing out endless units. Thank God. That was so annoying to deal with. And I'm not entirely clear what the pipelines are about here yet. But it's apparently not the same thing. I am speculating, I don't know for sure, that when the enemy builds pipe runners, they can spawn them on the pipes, and then they can move around on the pipes like it's railroad tracks or something. But again, I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing right now. Alright, as is typical for deployment maps, we're going to start out by purchasing some infantry and go on a capturing spree. Okay, strong turn, guys. Strong turn. Yep, pretty sus. I mean, some of them are pretty stupid. Oh, Jake. So we don't want to get within this thing's range, because as I learned, it will one-shot infantry. So that southern city is basically uncapturable until we destroy this. We're going to build a tank for accomplishing precisely that. And then another infantry over here to assist with cap operations. Oh, also, if we go to the CO profile screen, I realized I hadn't actually looked at Jugger's profile, I don't think. He literally just looks like a guy wearing a robot suit. And it says, a robot-like CO with the Black Hole Army. No one knows his true identity. Gets a little bit smarter when he uses his CO power. Likes energy, dislikes static electricity. says, high firepower, but he relies solely on strength. His shoddy technique sometimes reduces the damage his units deal. Who is this reminding you of? And his abilities, 1, increases dispersion of fire. There is a chance of getting a super strong blow, but units' firepower might suddenly drop instead. And then System Crash is very similar. So, excuse me. I am guessing this is literally Flak in a robot suit. I don't know that for sure. I'm guessing. It would make a lot of sense, since his profile here is implying that it's maybe somebody we already know, dressed up as a robot. And its general description of his personality and his CO powers all sound exactly like Flak. Now, if I'm correct, this raises a question. Why is Flak suddenly wearing a robot suit? Did he just decide to do this of his own accord because he thought it would make him smarter? Or is this some kind of weird black hole scheme to try to force him to be smarter? I don't know, but either way, if I'm correct, and this is actually Flak in a robot suit, that is amazing, and it makes Flak a much more awesome character than he was before. Because that's hilarious. And yes, you're such a genius, Lash, that you're telling us all about your innovative new tactic. True brilliance in action. Oh, I guess this is actually her telling Jugger about it, rather than telling us. So fair enough. Okay, so let's get our tank in position to start attacking the Pipe Runner next turn. It'll two-shot it. Our tank can two-shot the Pipe Runner. We're also going to want to capture this stuff down here, for sure. By the way, notice we can already build medium and neo tanks, so we're teching up really fast. We apparently were not stuck in low-tech mode for very long. I'm going to build an APC to help with getting infantry down onto this island a little faster. And then let's get another tank. Unless the enemy has a real trick up their sleeve, because we started with more resources, I think we're going to have an easy time of it. And as long as you don't accidentally put your units within the Pipe Runner's range, it doesn't really seem like anything to fear. Like so. Let's obviously get the factory first. Alright, we're gonna set this guy up for capping this city as soon as the Pipe Runner is destroyed. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have too much trouble overrunning the enemy here. Get another tank. Ah, Colin and his cheap units. Gotta love it. Oh, Lash, you're such a psychopath. Let's see. Yeah, I might as well drop him off now. He'll be able to start capping the airport a turn earlier that way, I think. Okay, I think we can finish off the Pipe Runner with this shot. And yes, excellent. Which means... Yep, so apparently Black Hole can now build these in their factories. I don't know how that works, since their name and what we saw of it kind of implies they can only be on pipes, which is why I'm speculating that they can spawn on pipes after they're built. Or maybe they would actually have to build it at a factory adjacent to a pipe like the one my tank is currently sitting on. I don't know. We'll find out. All will be revealed in time. Alright, move in. Let's see. Do I need more guys to help with the capping here? Maybe build one more infantry. And then another tank. Gonna tank rush. Tank rush like we're playing CNC. But yeah, pipe runner aside, we start with a really overwhelming advantage on this map. I'm not sure building the extra guy was even necessary or all that helpful, really. Kind of getting the impression it wasn't, but oh well, not a big deal. Alright, let's get first strike on this enemy tank. And then start attacking this infantry. There we go. More tanks to bring up the rear. Can't quite afford a medium yet. But you know what we can afford? Is 2 regular tanks. Oh, no, you don't. Well, actually, I think that they'll finish doing that before I'm able to intervene. Maybe the extra infantry I built wasn't a bad thing, because after I kill that... ready to smash. Yeah, that is such a flak-like thing to say. I strongly suspect I know who that is. But anyway, maybe building an extra infantry wasn't a bad thing, because I'll be able to cap this, and send a guy down to cap this after I evict that fellow. So yeah, I think that wasn't a bad call. Alright, the airport is ours. Yep. Uh-huh. I mean, what about fighters? They can repair and refuel there too as well, can they not? She didn't mention fighters, but I'm pretty sure they can do that. Alright, let us continue pressing the attack. Oh, yeah, I forgot to use Colin's special. Well, let's use this and get a bunch of money. Beautiful. Oh man, Colin is so good. And he's a fun character, too. He's pretty endearing. Which is amazing for a little spoiled rich kid, but he makes it work. Do I really want to just roll up in range of this guy? I kind of think no. Alright, anything else to do? Well, yeah, we can buy stuff with all the money we just got. Let's get a medium tank. Now we have real firepower. And let's see. Maybe a recon. to quickly get down there and attack the enemy infantry. APC hasn't moved. Let's move the APC to here. Well, nah. What do I want to do with this? I guess let's move it up here for rapidly transporting this guy once he's done capping. Okay. Oh, yeah, they intelligently moved their artillery out of range. Smart play. Well, let's start hitting the enemy mechs. Do I want to preempt that one? Or just finish this guy? Actually not entirely sure which of those is the better play here. Let's finish this guy. I don't know if that's the best call. Doesn't really matter that much here anyway. Alright. There we go. Now we've got a full health one again. Okay, go ahead and start wrecking this guy. Colin's little theme is so catchy. Keep on pouring down. Okay. Do I want 2 regular tanks or a medium? Let's get a medium. And then another infantry. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, though I didn't think it would go quite that poorly. You sure tee-hee-hee a lot, Lash. Alright, not a terrible result. I'd really like to park somebody on this factory and prevent the enemy from building more forces from it. Colin's slightly weaker firepower is showing a little bit here, I think. Is it worth attacking either of these, or should I just join it up with this one? Maybe that. They're making it a little tougher to capture this one. Alright, you would basically finish that group, I think. What would you accomplish? You would badly hurt it. Alright, tell you what. Good enough. Oh, I have charged my power again. My gosh, Colin is so good, it's ridiculous. Oh, man. It's criminal. It's criminal what Colin can do. I can build bombers! There we go. Oh, it's amazing. How do I want to do this? I kind of want to try a flanking maneuver on these guys. Can my guys cross this water, though? I mean, this guy's crossing this water. River. Okay, but that counts as sea, so the answer is no. So dropping him off there was pointless. Okay. Understood. Gotta pay attention to the different water types. Well, we've got a bit of a log jam here. Maybe I should start building some artillery. Alright, medium tank is going to come down and start trying to reinforce this area. And another one. What else? What else? Yeah, my recon can't quite get in here. It's really log jammed. Can't quite afford an artillery. Let's get another infantry here. And one here. When in doubt, just flood with units. They're both fully charged. Are they about to do some kind of crazy dual power? Oh, yep, they joined up their infantry. Alright, it's becoming very scrappy. Let's see. Maybe I should stop this capture. Go, bomber! Show them your power. Nice. Good grief, it's such a logjam. Maybe I should have targeted that with my bomber. That was probably would have been a better target. Yeah, almost certainly. Oh well. We'll make mistakes. Your job, nearly dead tank, is to sit on this factory and prevent them from building more stuff on it. And now the mediums can join the fray. Alright, soon enough we'll come from the west and start more capturing. Ooh, I can afford whatever I want. Let's get rockets. Can't quite hit this even with rockets, but I'll be able to move them a little closer. So much logjam. Could get a transport copter. I don't know how useful that would be. I could drop infantry off behind their lines, but infantry would pretty quickly get overwhelmed, I think. Still, I don't know. Good grief, this logjam here. Honestly, what I need is artillery. And sure, another infantry. It's been inevitable victory for us territory for just about since the beginning of the map, really. We have such an overwhelming start in resources that we'd have to be pretty inept to mess this up, but Flash and Flak, or Jugger, are going to make us work for it, and fair enough. They're not just going to roll over and die. Alright, let's try to clear this log jam a bit. Can you finish the job? Yes. Good, good. Now, if we put this infantry here and start capping, he's just going to come under heavy fire and not be able to finish it. So let's move a recon down. Oh, recon will not be very good against the enemy recon. I would have thought they'd do better than that. Oh well, it's what I got, so do your best. Looks like we might be able to win by HQ capture. I'll capture this on the way, but then I'll keep that guy moving down here, and maybe we'll win faster that way. Yeah, it's gotten scrappy. Lots of fighting all over the place. We can ford this river with our infantry, which would be very helpful, I think. And let's move this a little closer. Oh, good grief, it's so freaking slow moving through trees. It's actually going to take another turn to get close enough to provide fire support. Mediums are finally getting to where they can help out. That should help quite a bit. And now we're going to be catching the enemy in a pincer movement. Alright, yeah, you can finish off this recon. Finally we're freeing up this bottleneck. Then we'll be able to pour down at them from two directions. And, oh, Colin's overpowered cheap ability is ready again. Don't mind if I get another bomber. I love bombers, they're such a good unit. And then maybe another tank from here. Let's get this artillery down. And then another couple infantry. You can continue sitting on this factory and preventing them from building anything on it. And I guess that's about it for this turn. Oh, are you finally using your power? Oh, are they using a dual power? They are! We get to see it for the first time. So what is Lash and Jugger's dual power? Or tag power, I guess it's called. Whatever it is, I'm pretty underwhelmed. They haven't really accomplished anything impressive yet. Okay, they finally killed something. Oh, okay, that was pretty darn good for infantry versus a medium. I guess that was Jugger getting a lucky roll on his highly randomized damage. That's my speculation as to what that was. Interesting. Okay, so can I look up what their tag power is? Info with R. Not that I can tell. I don't see anywhere in this menu that I can see what their tag power does. So it seemed like it had elements of Jugger's randomized damage from how well a regular infantry did against a medium, which is pretty abnormal. Other than that, I'm not sure. Actually, should you get the guys sitting here in this city? Probably. Also, they're not in a city, they're on the road. Whatever. Either way. They're blocking the way and they need to go. Then this bomber can come down and take out these jokers. Alright, we're making progress. It's looking like we might win by a routing victory before we capture the enemy HQ. Okay, we can finally start capping this factory. I mean, like I said, victory has been inevitable basically from the beginning, but that's just becoming increasingly obvious with every passing turn as we are wrecking their faces. Good lord, I really do sound too much like Jake when I say things like that. What can I say? I like the terms get wrecked and get screwed for destroying the enemy. I'm selective about the slang I use. A slang connoisseur, if you will. Well, congratulations. You were so slow that the fight is over before you can even participate. Well done. Alright, back this way, I guess. Man, rocket units are slow. I don't think we can afford a bomber. Not quite. So close, but not quite. Let's get a B-copter. And a tank. And a recon. And an infantry. Yeah, whatever. These are just spite kills at this point. So this is looking like it's going to be a one-mission video. I think all the previous videos had multiple missions, but they are now becoming long enough, at least with all the animations on, that it take a whole video to do a mission. As I said, at some point we'll just turn animations off or speed them up, but I don't think we're there yet. I'm still quite enjoying them. Alright, it's just becoming a slaughter at this point. Realistically, at this point, the enemy's morale would break and they'd run. I mean, it would take unbelievable discipline to be taking these kind of casualties and keep fighting, although it's not unheard of, I suppose. I guess we can just say these black hole forces are very fanatical. Well, I mean, everybody's forces are very fanatical. They all fight to the bitter end. But just about every strategy game I've ever played is that way. I'm not sure I've ever played one that tries to model morale. And I can understand why, because it would be kind of unfun and frustrating if your units just stopped obeying your orders and just did their own thing. It would be more realistic, but not more fun, I think. Alright, is this it? Is this a victory for us? Not yet. But now it is. Incredible! It hurts. It hurts so bad. Jake, stop trying to be cool. I understand almost nothing about how it works from watching that. Because it was the enemy doing it while not explaining anything. This is the weirdest tutorial map ever. I wasn't the one doing it. I guess I'll do it next, next fight. That, wow, Max, word choice. That sounds, never mind. Oh yes, the mythical battle data common to Japanese games everywhere. I guess in this case it makes more sense. Study footage and stuff from the fight. Jake, I'm just gonna stop even calling out your ridiculous attempts at having hip-sounding dialogue. I'm just gonna let the ridiculousness speak for itself. Also, perfect victory. Look at us go. Well done, Colin. You're a champ. You tell him, kid. You tell him. Okay, so I guess this map was the enemy using their tag abilities without really explaining much about how it works. But the idea is we observed them doing it, and we're gonna copy it, and then presumably we're gonna get tutorialized on it next map. That is my expectation. Next mission, victory or death. It's kind of sounding like that might be the end of the tutorial campaign. Just from the mission name, and kind of seems like it's been building up to this. Move out indeed. Alright, well that's what's going to be coming up next. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I will see you then.